Okay, well, welcome back to the build. This is the third installment of the exhaust fabrication trilogy. But anyway, this is where we left off. So, we fitted up these down tubes, and we used the hot glue to put, sort of just put them in place. Since then, I've just sort of adjusted them so there's really no gaps, so when I tack weld it, it's easy to get a good weld. The other thing is, I sent these off to a machine shop. You can see this groove. Tabzo doesn't put this groove in, but that groove is necessary for the General Motors gasket. So I had a local machine shop do that. That was pretty good. And now basically we're just going to make some patterns and cut out some stainless steel to fill the sides of the down tube. So that's really the last piece of the fabrication, or I guess the fabrication work, and then I'll start tacking everything up. Okay, so stay tuned. All right, so this is the next step here. So I had to come up with a way to make these side panels, and basically just hot glued piece of stainless on the side of this, and then I used a scribe and I scribed it along the edges. So I'll take this off and then we'll take a look. Okay, I think this came out good. Got some nice crisp lines. This one's a little light, but I'll be able to follow it. I'll put some clear tape over this. That protects the line as I use the jigsaw. So we'll cut this out, we'll see how well it fits, and then we'll do the rest. All right, well, we got the first one cut out here, and sort of begs the question, I mean, is it really necessary to make this plate fit in between the two bends? Or you can just simply, instead of butt welding it, do sort of a lap weld. But you know what I'll do? I only cut one of these out. So I'm going to try to use the sanding disc and get it to fit right in there with little or no gap, and I think that would be a more professional job. But if for some reason I can't do it, I'll just oversize these and then we'll just lap weld them on. But anyway, we'll see how it goes. Okay, well, a little finesse and we got it really good. I mean, I'm really happy with how tight the gaps are. I basically used a sanding drum on the inside, a bench grinder on the outside, and just sort of kept checking where I was a little high and made it fit. All right, so I'll do the rest and then we're going to tack this exhaust system up. All right, well, we're inching forward here. I've got the down tubes all tacked up. They're ready for the professional welder. I will say the whole design is very sensitive to how these pie cuts are angled. So what I did was I just, there we go. I used a moto tool. Once I had this glued up with hot glue, I used the moto tool just to put a few gashes so I can clock these perfectly. And I tack welded them, put them back on the car, and everything fits good. I'm going to have these welded up, and then I'll tack weld the rest of the exhaust, just in case there's a slight warpage or change in angle. I really have zero room for error, which is just sort of typical of trying to fit too much stuff in a little place. All right, so stay tuned. All right, we've got the down tubes back from the welder, and these came out just beautifully. I mean, look at these. I'm really happy with this work. Just beautiful. So I've got the other one. This is the passenger side. I've got the driver's side mounted on the engine, and we're going to fit up the rest of the exhaust. So we'll take a peek at fitting up the exhaust. All right, I've got it all assembled really for the first time, and it's hard to see. It's a little dark here. I mean, I'm really excited about this. May not sound that way, but I am. The down tubes. I got the V-band clamp squeezed in between the stanchion and the liquid to oil cooler. Here's a good shot of the catalytic converter, clearing the transmission and the rear engine mounts. A little dark in there, really can't see, but it all goes together, and this actually slides back and forth, which means, you know, it's sort of centered. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to put the shock back on. Just want to make sure the shock clears the muffler. I mean, I did that way back when, but that was before I fitted it all up. So I'm going to double check that. Then I think we're good to go to tack weld it and then send it off to the welder. All right, figured I'd show this. This is a little work in process on tacking the exhaust system up. I tacked the bottom elbow to the cats. I marked with hot glue the top elbow, just doing it one section at a time and then putting it back on the car. You can see the shifter cables here, and they sort of duck under the corner of the engine block. I've got a little room between them and the catalytics. I'll need some serious heat shielding. And then we've got, you know, a little bit of clearance there on the engine mount, which is all we really need. All right, so we'll tack the rest up and we'll take a look. Okay, well, I think we're gonna call it a wrap. This will be the last segment. I've got it all tacked up. You know, welding is my kryptonite. You know, I just don't like doing it. I'm not good at it. It stresses me out. But I will say, it's just amazing how much we've squeezed back here with the cats and the resonators. So we're going to send this off to the professional welder. Give you a glamour shot here of the whole chassis. She is looking good. And the next video, or the next exhaust video, I thought I'd get it done in 3 parts, but there'll be a 4th part, a bonus edition, and we'll do the exhaust tips. They're going to look totally cool. All right, well, as always, thanks for watching, and take care.